Por favor, un aplauso. José Luis Amaya Pearson.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for attending. Today, we're going to talk about teaching and learning on VR environment. And as Mr. Simon said, we're going to be just exploring three important aspects during the workshop. The first one is creating a new role for teachers with VR, right? Have you heard about VR before? Yeah? Great. And then we have the power of immersion. And finally, we're going to talk about practicing English with Mondly VR. Have you heard about Mondly before? Never? So there are probably two things that are going to be new for you, right, during this training. So once again, welcome. And let's start talking about these three outlined and 3 points that we have here. The first one is creating a new role for teachers that are working with VR, right? Most of us, as English teachers, we have heard that, for example, in the last years, people have used a lot of internet. Am I right? And in the recent research, they say that 4.95 billion people around the world use internet. In recent studies, that's what they are saying. Another important fact, over 60 of the population is using internet for different type of reasons. But if you look at this slide carefully, one of the things that really got my attention here is that we are using platforms and online resources to enrich our classes. We know that teaching, especially elementary school students, secondary students, it's a complex activity. That we have just to go into the classroom and start training them to use language for communicative purposes. I think that's the target of all of us. But one of the things that we have to consider really, really important, it's how these type of resources that we have today are going to help me to achieve my objectives in the classroom. And I just want you to reflect about those three questions. I have three questions for you. How can VR enhance the learning experience in the classroom, right? The second question, think of your school, I will say days, right? When you were in elementary school or probably kindergarten, why not? Primary, I think you had some sightseeings and you have the chance just to visit different places. Those places, for most of us, became memorable because we visited different places around. But the thing is, they became memorable because they made us feel something different. Not exactly the classroom. So I just highlighted here three questions. The first one is, do you think that VR can help us to enhance that learning experience? Second question, think of your early days in school and think about something really inspiring, something that became memorable for you. And it was not, I'm sure that it wasn't the whiteboard and the teacher, right? Most of us probably will remember a school trip. Am I right? And that's exactly the experience that we get when we are working with those things. Have you tried them in your classroom? Never? Why? Sometimes it's really expensive, but today I'm going to show you something. There is a way to get some of those in a very, very cheap way. I mean, they are going to be not really like expensive for us as teachers or difficult to get. Another important aspect, I just want you to go into the Padlet right now. And in the Padlet, I have some highlights for you. I want you to scan the QR code and help me to read those highlights, please. Help me to read those highlights. Read them carefully. And then I want to hear some of your opinions. Please scan the QR code. Help me to read some of the highlights. And then I would like to hear some of your opinions. Go ahead. Thank you, teachers. So let's discover what do we have within the Padlet. Does it work? Yeah? Okay. We have some highlights there. All of them are related to VR. So I just want you to scan very quickly the QR code, read them carefully, and then we're going to be asking for your opinion here. Try to think about one of those. All right. Most of them, I think most of them are important, right? What do they have in common, teachers? Do they have something in common? Are they similar? They are highlighting something, right? What are they highlighting, teachers? VR experience. Right, thank you. VR experience, my friend. That's right. And let me tell you that there is a person that is called Nick, and Nick Babbage in September 2019, he mentioned that we, with those devices, we can change the way students learn. Of course, we know it, right? But I think it's very important just to remember that they are part of the class. They aren't going to be the core. They won't be the whole, I will say, program. Yeah, no, the teacher will continue being the main resource. But the most important thing to consider here is how technology can help us to enrich the learning experience, the learning process. So, this guy mentioned something really important, that education has two significant problems, right? One of the problems is that sometimes we work with the same, in the same way, with the same approaches, with the same methods, with the same strategies, right? Even the materials. Sometimes we say, I'm gonna recycle this one. I used it last year, right? Some other teachers, they say, oh, I have intermediate in the morning, intermediate in the afternoon. So what about if I just repeat the activity? But we have to consider that we cannot base our lessons on a format, right? We as teachers, we have just to consider innovation in the classroom, memorable moments, meaningful moments, and that's gonna be motivation. If we look at the next slide, in his book, because this person, by the way, he also highlighted something related to this, that I think most of you know it, because in the last years, this phrase has become a buzzword, like a buzzword for all of us. Learn by doing, right? Do you apply it in the classroom? Yeah? Because our subject is communication, right? English. Do we offer them opportunities to communicate, like in the real context, as they do it outside the classroom? Do we offer that? Do we expose students to a variety of situations where they can use this language for production? So, consider that VR is going to help you to inspire your students, but it's going to give you the chance to bring reality into the classroom. Those scenarios that students sometimes they say, oh, I want to use, for example, the verb to be in a different context, not like in the dialogue within the book. And Pearson writes books, right? But today, we are bringing something different. I'm not just presenting something related to books or platforms. I'm going to show you something related to VR, something that is going to help you to generate, and why not? Simulation is important. So, simulation that will alter the user's perception of reality. And the most important, your students can interact with 3 different environments. And when I speak about those 3 different environments, I'm referring to, I got them here. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go just to the next slide to show you a little bit of that, okay? Movement, vision, and sound, right? This is something that VR offers to educational programs. So we're gonna discover all of that at the end of the training in the last 15 or 20 minutes. But now, let's just go back a little bit, because I have another activity for you teachers. I want you to go very quickly to this Nearpod activity. The only thing that you have to do, if you have the possibility, of course, I want you to type Nearpod students on Google, And then there is the code, because you have to join a class. So it's going to be requesting you to join a class, and you will type capital T, phi, B, Z, R, right? Like that. Here is the code. We got them here, okay? So that's the code, and I just want you to Google Nearpod student, and automatically there is going to be this option that says join a lesson, and we have the code over there. Yeah? So if you join that lesson, you will find a glossary. Did you find it? And what we are going to do is that we're going to match the word with its definition, right? It's like a matching activity. That's right, teacher. So we're going to match the word and the definition. All of these words are connected with BR terminology. It's like a glossary, very short glossary, no more than 4 words. Okay, let's see. I will give you a couple of minutes to join and match. I just want you to match it. Ready? Okay, 1 more minute. Those words are showing us the difference between BR and the words related to that environment. Because I think when you hear BR, there are some of those words that come to your mind. Am I right? Did you match it? Good. Oh, okay. But, oh yeah, the other teachers are working with those matching. Great. Oh, it's full. Yeah, probably we are like more than 100. That could be the reason. Okay. Now, don't worry about this glossary, because I'm going to project it at the end on a Padlet for you to get it. But there is a guy that is called Jeremy that I think he wrote a book that is really interesting for us as teachers, that is called Supplementing, Not Replacing, right? And in fact, the book is called Experience on Demand, but he wrote a chapter that is called Supplementing, Not Replacing. And he talks about the importance of us in the classroom, what we have to consider as principles for teaching in the classroom with BR. And he just pointed the following things that I'm going to share with you. Let me just share it, a little bit of that before going into that. He mentioned that we have to consider authentic learning environments, very important for the lessons. And we always do it, right? Sometimes we bring even material that is considered authentic. We have to enhance engagement, that I think it's a natural need for our classes. Emotional connections with learning, and of course, as a result of that, accelerate and increase confidence in the classroom. He just pointed those 4 elements. Later, I'm going to be addressing the 4 of them. But before, and just to close my idea about BR, I would like to share with you a video which I consider really interesting for us. So could you help me just to play the video? Thank you.
I'm enjoying a nice vacation at the beach. I'm not. I'm here in Boston at MIT. So how did this little cardboard box make me feel like I'm miles away from where I actually am? How did it create virtual reality?
Now, if you open this little box up, it's pretty simple. There's a place to put your phone in, and the rest of it looked like glasses with these 2 plastic lenses. Now, it's this piece over here that's crucial to making me feel like I'm inside the video on my phone. It's what creates 3D vision. 3D vision is actually pretty simple. We have 2 eyes that's about 3 inches apart. And because of this separation, each of our eyes sees the world from a slightly different perspective. Our brain fuses those 2 views and creates a sense of depth. Hold out your thumb in front of you and close your left eye. Now try closing your right eye. Do you notice how your thumb jumps a little bit to the left or right when you switch between your eyes? Now bring your thumb a little bit closer to you and do the same thing. It seems to jump even more, right? Depending on how close or far you hold out your thumb, it'll jump more or less. Our brain gets a sense of how far an object is depending on how different it appears from the left versus the right eye, and that's 3D vision. Instead of one picture covering the whole screen, this video has 2 different images made for each eye that are ever so slightly offset. The cardboard box holds the image in the perfect distance to my eyes and divides the image into 2 so that each eye focuses on the image. This type of video, the stereoscopic display, simulates what our eyes do naturally and fools our brains into thinking that it's looking at a 3D image by creating a sense of depth. But the cardboard and the video do more than create 3D vision. When you move your head around, it actually reveals new areas of the video. The phone has a couple of sensors that measures position and angle, sort of like a GPS, so it can track how your head is moving. And as you move your head around, the images on the screen adjust so that you feel like you're not only looking at a video, but actually walking through it. Now, if virtual reality is as easy as sliding a phone into a cardboard box, why are we not all living in a virtual world today? There's a couple of reasons. First, reality is more than just what we see. If I really wanted to feel like I'm at a beach, what are some other elements that I would add in? The feeling of sand between your toes? The smell of salt water? The sound of wind? Exactly, but these are things that are harder to make virtual than vision. Things like haptics, the science of touch, will help us to better understand our real senses in order to simulate them in virtual reality. By the way, simulating these other senses, like taste, smell, or touch, will eventually help us to improve motion sickness, which a lot of people feel in virtual reality today. Also, to create a fully immersive environment, even if it's just visual, is a lot of work. It's way more than just filming a scene from 2 different perspectives to create 3D vision. You need to create or capture an entire 3-dimensional world where you can walk around and move your head to see all the possible views. Several companies are developing special software and cameras, but it's still very expensive and time-consuming to do this at high quality.
Virtual reality is really cool, but even if it can create a perfect virtual reality, we wouldn't want it to replace actual reality. We still like to experience some things in real life, like snow. And as a society, we're just beginning to think about the ethical and moral aspects of creating simulated realities. So virtual reality may look simple, but it's very complicated. The cool thing is that the better understanding we have of real reality, like how our senses work, the better virtual reality we'll get.
Right. So what do you think about this experiment with the cardboard? Do you like it? Yeah, it's very helpful, right? And let me tell you that I try it, and I just work with that 360 experiment, and it works, right? So you just stimulate your eyes, and it makes you feel that you are on the reality scene, that you are looking in the cell phone, right? I think that's a very practical way to start working with virtual reality, VR, in the classroom, right? However, there is a very important aspect that is called the power of immersion. When we think about immersion in the classroom, probably some of us are going to think about those 3 principles: movement, vision, sound. And that's right, they are connected with the 3 environments for virtual reality. But that's not the only thing we have to consider. We have to consider those 4, which are, as I mentioned before, the things that offer us the benefit in the classroom. First of all, authentic learning. We offer motivation. We offer content, right? And we help students to build confidence when they speak, because most of them, they just freeze up when they speak to a native speaker, right? And as Krashen said, we help them to reduce the level of anxiety, right? On the following, I just brought you a picture of something that we're going to see in some minutes that is called VR, where students can have the opportunity to practice vocabulary, language, expressions, and the most important, we offer something authentic, and a scenario that they can have outside of the classroom, and they will use English for communicative purposes using the VR, and of course, in this case, just interacting as we're going to do it with the whole class. Next one, let me show you this. Enhanced management and motivation. We know that sometimes it's very difficult for us, and you won't let me lie, just to get that attention from your students. And they feel bored, and they say, no, teacher, again the book? No, please, I don't want to use it. What about if you include 10, 15 minutes of virtual reality in your classroom? I think with the cell phones and with the cardboard, we can achieve it. We don't need just the Oculus, right? It's part of the material, but we can just improvise. And of course, as a result, we have that we contribute and improve retention, right? The second aspect, in fact, is the third one. It's called emotional connections to learning content. We know that students, to become fluent in the language, they need to interact with something. They need to see it. Most of them, they are very visual. As well, they need just to foster that empathy with others, right? And this is something that I can, and you as teacher, you can offer in your classes with VR. Why? Because if students haven't talked to, just to say an example, to a pilot before, with VR, they can talk to a pilot. And they can feel and think how they react and why they respond and how they behave. So it builds empathy. It helps us to connect with a little bit of these international goals that we have in UNESCO, right? And it helps them to understand different perspectives of the situations that they are working within the VR tools with virtual reality. So, and finally, accelerates learning and increase confidence. Why? We foster acquisition. It's not the same, as you know it, learning and acquisition. They are two different things. And immediate feedback. This is great, because this technology that is called artificial intelligence, that is part of the VR, can offer them phrases, vocabulary words, if they don't know the answer. So it's scaffolded, what is great. And we just help them to become active listeners, and we approach the most important today, gamification. So these are just some of the things to consider when we are including VR in the classroom, right? Would you like to try VR with me now? Yeah? So I need one volunteer. Oh, we got it here very quickly. I need to tell you that it wasn't prepared. You will say, yeah, the lady came with him, all right? No. So teacher, stand up, and she's gonna wear those Oculus glasses. And something important, it's what is gonna happen. I will tell you what's gonna happen. I think she's gonna be prepared that way. When she wears those Oculus glasses, she's going to find a menu, right? Those are gonna be the controls, right? And there is not a big deal with the controls, teachers. Teacher, you just press the letter A, and it's like a click. So you just, yeah, this is your left hand, that's your right hand. And the only thing that you're gonna do is work with the letter A's that are here. Yeah, the letter A's are gonna be like a click for you. I think you saw that there, it's starting the VR asking you to show the area where you're gonna work. Am I right? So you are gonna click where it says start, and you will help me to draw the area here where you're gonna work. But we want to see the things that she's gonna see, right? So give me a minute. Let me just project what you see so that everybody can see it. Let me just work them very quickly to show you something. I'm gonna project it there, and then you try it, okay? So we're gonna project it so that everybody can see it. Let's just confirm the place that we're gonna work. Okay, we know now that we are here. We confirm the area. Now we are ready. Now let me just project on the screen to see if it works. I hope it works. It's opening. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna project on the camera for everybody. I think it's gonna be projected on the screen. No yet? Okay. Yeah, is it? Okay, fantastic. So now let me close this. And we're gonna go to Mondly. So here below, you will wear them now. And what the teacher is gonna see, thank you, teacher. Here you are. Thank you. Okay, perfect. She's gonna see a menu, right? And here in the menu, she's going to see different categories, right? She can practice vocabulary, scroll up a little bit there, or real conversations. We call it a daily communication. And she's gonna select one category. Select one of those. You can scroll and you will see more. No, I mean, if you just scroll up a little bit again. Oh, you can close that one or leave it there, no problem. There, give a click in one of those options with, click, yeah, there it is. Now, we have it. For example, choose one of those categories, the one that you prefer, and click over it, please. For example, restaurant. There it is, click on it, point it. No, it doesn't work, oops. To get into, let me just do it. Sorry, to log in. Let me just try it. No, it does, no. Something is not working. We can see it, but try it. Does it? It's like frozen, right? Okay, let me try again. No, yeah, but that's perfect. Open Mondly again. Click on Mondly. Yeah. Okay, again.
Okay, there I can click on this.
Yeah, click on one of those. It should work. Yeah, it's working. Okay, now she's going to open one of those categories and she will find different characters. Those are like avatars, like chatbots, and she's gonna talk to them, okay? Continue.
Mm-hmm. Good evening. It says I have to click on something to speak. Okay. Oh, good evening.
What would you like?
Could I have a pizza? A cigar. A drink.
Anything to drink with that?
A shot of tequila. I'm just kidding.
Anything else?
That would be all. Thank you.
Thank you. It will be ready in about 10 minutes.
Thank you. Hello, how are you?
What is your name?
My name is Marta.
Nice to meet you. Are you here on vacation?
Actually, no, I live here.
Okay. How long will you be staying?
Forever.
I can't hear you over the noise.
Forever.
Please repeat.
It's highlighting some of the things that she can mention.
That's interesting. What do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher.
That's amazing. I work as a nurse part-time. What time is it, please?
What time is it? I'm not sure. 12:30?
It's late. Please excuse me. I need to check the time of an appointment.
All right, nice to meet you. All right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, there is a man, I think in front of you. Okay. No. Here. There. Yeah. Go and talk to him. Say hello. Next to you. Hold a second. Hold a second. There. There. Right next to you. There it is. Click on it. Yeah. There it is. No. He's just not paying attention. Okay. Well, he doesn't want to talk. There with the waiter again.
Hi. I'm sorry? Where do I sit?
I
No.
don't understand.
Where do I sit?
I'm from the north.
Click on the line again.
Everything was fine.
I'm happy to hear that.
Goodbye. No.
Pardon me?
Thank you.
Here's your bill. Please look it over.
Perfect. No.
Pardon me?
Perfect. Oh, what
I
lamp?
can't
Oh, this
hear
one.
you over the noise.
See you soon. See you soon. Ah.
Goodbye.
Thank you, teacher. Okay, thank you, teacher. We're gonna try another chapter. Thank you. So, I think it was a good example, teacher. Congratulations. Yeah, nice. Okay, so that's the way we can just start interacting with VR in the classroom. Am I right? Now we're gonna try. Do you want to try one more? That's okay. One more? Yeah, teacher, come here, please. And you choose a different category, okay? Not the restaurant. So you go back to the main menu. There it is, left and right, and you wear it on. I'm not sure if you have to adjust these, but it depends on the size of your head. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Let me.
I help you. Go back to the main menu.
Where?
This one. Click in salir, open, left. Ajá, para que escojamos otro, salir. Does it work?
No.
No, it doesn't?
The blue?
Okay, click there just to see if it works. But I think it's gonna take us back to the restaurant. No, it doesn't?
No.
Oh, move a little bit to the center of the circle. Okay, there. Can you click again on Mondly next to the option where there is a man below? You see a camera. Do you see a camera icon? Below. Next to that, do you see a camera? Yeah. Click on it. Click on salir. Te da la opción, ¿no? Salir. No, tampoco le da. Creo que se trabó. Ahí está. No me da la opción. Denme un segundo. Es que a veces por la producción. Okay, so the last one, teachers. Let's try it. Now she's in a different place. Walk a little bit. Just one step. With one step. Turn to your left, turn to your right. There. Oh, now you're in an airport.
Oh my God. Do I have to walk? Okay. Oh, okay.
Stay there.
Good morning. Hello. No, she doesn't talk. She doesn't want to talk. No. So I turn around?
Turn to the right. There. There is.
Uh-huh. Hello? Oh, okay. Hello? No? They don't want to talk to me.
Closer. Ahí. Have a seat next to them, in front of him.
Hello?
Click over the person. Click over the person. Click on her. Him. Yeah. No. Okay. Continue walking a little bit. One step to the front. Turn your left. Yeah. Okay. I think you have a right to the man. Great. So.
Hello? No. Do I have to be press A?
They don't want to talk. I think this is not the chapter. Yeah, don't worry. Go out, talk to somebody else. Turn to the left, then to the right. There. Go with that guy and say hello.
Right here?
Yes.
Hello? Hi? No?
Give me a minute. I'm gonna restart that one. Click on the option that says
Recalibrar?
Yeah.
There. Recalibrando. Okay. Hello? Can you help me? No. Hello? And you can hear the sound, right? Like you're really in that place.
Okay, we have 1 minute to 2 minutes just to try to end this one. Select that one. Probably it's gonna work. Walk a little bit turn to the left to see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, I think there is a problem. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening, but for example, there is a menu, and they click on the menu, and automatically the chapter opens, right? Probably might be the connection. I don't know if it's a connection or the Oculus system. Let's check that one. No, it doesn't work? Mm-hmm. Okay. I think we're gonna stop that one there because of time. But I think she can tell us about her experience with, how was it?
It feels and you can hear like their noise, like if you're really in that place. And actually you're walking and it feels like you're in that place. So it does make you feel like he said, like maybe for students to feel like they're in that place, that they're actually talking to somebody different, even if it's the teacher, you know, like for a moment I forgot that he was like in the microphone and I kept walking. So it does feel like if you're in another place. It would be a great idea to have it in a classroom because students can have, you know, like the opportunity to to practice, to see, to explore. But I think it's a little expensive for us, right? If we work on SEP. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and I'm really sorry because it didn't work in the second. But finally, everybody, just a little bit food for thought. Yeah, it's gonna be food for thought for us today to keep them and just to consider all of them as part of our principles for teaching with BR, right? So when you are planning your BR lessons, consider those 6 different points. The first one is talking about what's the learning outcome, the type of class, the learning experience, the competency that you are trying to focus. We talk also about the environment and technology that you have available in your classes, okay? So finally, I would like to say thank you to all the authorities that are here, part of Recrea Academy, and thank you for joining, teachers. Thank you so much.
All right. Les va a compartir en este momento sus contactos de redes para que lo puedan seguir, lo puedan contactar. José Luis Amaya trabaja para Pearson y todo lo que tiene que ver con los países hispanohablantes. Por favor, aquí tienen su correo, redes.
Thank you, Mr. If you would like to receive a demo BR, send me an email and I can send you one link and you get 15 days as a demo to try it, right? Thank you, teachers. Thank you, Mr. Simon, once again.
Muchas gracias. Por favor, a nombre de la Secretaría de Educación del Estado de Jalisco y en el marco del 5º Congreso de Recrea Academy y nuestro tercer Feria Internacional de Lenguas Extranjeras, te hacemos este presente junto con para tu escritorio y por parte de la Dirección de Lenguas Extranjeras. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. José Luis Amaya, Pearson, thank you.